Hey, what's up? In this video I'm gonna show you guys how to do a high fade with beard, and we start by disinfecting our clippers, shavers, trimmers, everything, and we put on the number 2 guard on the clippers, and we start depoking and cutting all the top of the head. This is a buzz cut, so this part is easy. We're just gonna cut and cut till we don't hear any sound of cutting, or we don't see any long hairs or dark spots. All even. We clean up the area, the face, neck, everything, and we do a little bit of the same on the side of the beard, on the sideburn. As you can see, I'm debulking there because I'm gonna do a fade in there, the transition from the fade to the beard. And with the trimmers, I'm gonna start the ball line like 3 fingers above that ear, and I'm gonna do slight touches. I'm barely putting pressure on that line. I don't want to create a harsh line, a hard line to fade later. I'm just doing little tips, very slightly touches, not pressure, and I'ma do it kinda straight, just with a small drop in the back. I want it to look shaved and clean. I don't want too much drop on it or darkness. I want it to look clean, high fade. And I'ma cut all the hairs below that ball line at trimmer size. I don't want to leave a hair long, not a single long hair in there. All gotta be short enough to trimmer size, so when I pass the shavers later, it will be easy to shave, to make that skin transition. If you leave long hairs or you miss one of them, when you pass the shaver, you're gonna get stuck, you're gonna pull the hairs of the client, you're gonna irritate. You gotta make sure it's all clean, very short at trimmer. Please make an effort brushing the hairs down, trying to find all the hairs, give it a good look behind the ears, in the neck, where the cape is. You gotta make sure everything is cut. I clean the area with the hair dust, and then I'ma start doing the first guideline that is gonna be with the clippers, lever open, no guard, and I'm gonna do a little bit downsize in the sideburn, like a inch, or yeah, like almost an inch. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the fade. I'm gonna go at like half an inch, between half an inch and an inch above that ball line, scooping out that line very well. Scoop out in a fluid calm motion. That's gonna help you have easy guidelines to fade. Don't try to dig those lines, just scoop it out. And now with the one open, we're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna go to the bottom with the beard, like an inch and a half, and the same in the fade. We're gonna flick out that guideline above that half guideline that we just did, like 1 inch and a half more up, and I'm gonna try to fade it in right away with the top, that is the number 2. We're not gonna make it completely, but don't worry, I'm just trying to make it like I'm smoothing out that line as much as I can. I'll finish fading later, but I'm trying to keep the process faster and easier. Then when I finish doing that, I'm gonna close the lever and I'm gonna hit that middle line that I just left from the line between the first guideline and the second one, that it was between the half and one open. So as soon as I finish doing the one open guideline, I'm gonna close the lever right away and finish cleaning that middle line, trying to fade it away in a flick out motion, of course, just using the corner of the blade. And then I'm gonna do the skin transition with the shavers. In this time, I am gonna put pressure and strength into it, a little bit of good pressure in there, because the more you put pressure and strength in that step, the less the client is gonna feel the shaving part. It's not gonna irritate. The shaver should cut like butter, but if you do like slightly and no pressure, it's gonna be the opposite, so keep in mind that. Now I'm gonna start fading the guidelines, that is gonna be with the clipper, no guard, lever closed, and I'm gonna start flicking out just that bottom line the most notable one. I'm just gonna flick out all that bottom line with the corners of the blade in a flick out motion. I'm just hitting that bottom line, not going more up, just like that. And as soon as I'm finished, I open the lever and I do a little bit more higher than I was doing, trying to finish fading the rest. And that's how it's done for now. Just closing the lever, hitting that bottom line in a flick out motion, just using the corners of the blade, making sure I hit all the line, that I clean up all that part. And as soon as I'm done with that, I'm gonna open the lever and I'm gonna start going a little bit more higher than I just did, trying to fade away the rest that is gonna be the middle that was left over there. And that's how it works for now. When you open the lever, you do the same, just using the corners of the blade, just like that. After I do that, close and open, I can do a little bit of details, and I'm gonna be closing and opening a lot so I can take the details up. That's up to you. Sometimes just by doing the first step, that is gonna be hitting close and open, it's done. But sometimes you require a little bit more detail. That's up to you. For now, I'm just opening and closing it, trying to detail, just like that, as you can see. Only using the corner of the blade, that's very important, and flicking out in a scoop out motion. For now, don't get desperate about perfect details. You're not gonna be able to take them. I'm gonna show you guys later how to take them. Like now, that line between the shaver and the zero, there's a slight line transition. I'm gonna take it down with the trimmers, only using the corner of the blade. As you can see, I'm trying to take that bottom line cleaned up better. That is the transition from the shaver and the zero. And I'm just hitting that bottom line, because if I go higher than that, I'm gonna create another line that I have to fade again, and I might end up making the fade higher than I wanted. So I'm just hitting that bottom transition between the shaver and the zero, and that should do the work, finish the work. As you can see, it's starting to look a lot more clean in that bottom part. That's how we're doing for now. And I do the same thing. Everything I'm doing in the side of the fade, I do it in the sideburn, but downways. Now with the half guard lever open, I'm gonna start doing details on the fade, and I can go as high as I want to, just scooping out very well, only using the corner of the blade. And if by any chance when I scoop out those dark spots I don't get it, I close the lever, and that should get the work done. So we'll be doing like that, lever open, and if we don't take them, lever close. And that's how it works for now. The details with the half guard, just opening and closing the lever as needed. You don't gotta hit all the fade. Like if the fade has a few details to take, just do it like that. Then with the 1.5 guard with the lever open, I'm gonna start trying to fade away the process between the fade on the beard and the sides. And as you can see, I'm brushing, like kind of brushing down the hair in the beard, trying to take out all the loose hairs, giving it a shape. And in the fade part, in the sides and the top, in between that transition, I'm scooping out the line, trying to finish cutting that transition. And I do the same thing on the other side of the beard, and kind of brushing down all the cheeks part with the 1.5 open as I brush down, because I want to take all the long hairs down. And I'm not putting pressure on the cheeks, I'm just like letting fly the clipper. Now I'm gonna start doing the lineup with the trimmers. I look the client from the front part, I stand right in front of him, and I do a little bit of tipping, straight line in the middle, and I follow that line going to the right or the left depending on the side and the angle. I just look right in front of him, do the straight line in the middle, and start going to the left or the right, and fix the corners in a different angle. As you can see, that's how I get the lineup straight as possible, because I'm looking straight from the front, making sure it's even. And in the cheeks, I do the same thing. I do a little bit of tip on the middle and in in the finish part, in the end part of the beard, and I start going to the sideburn, creating that rounded shape, only using the corner of the trimmer so I can be more detailed with that curve. And I go as natural as I can behind that cheek too in the ear part. And now I'm gonna grab a comb, a little comb that has the short tooth, the short teeth, and I'm gonna hold down the hair in the mustache, like using it as a grip so I can get the lip part and the hairs don't dance, don't get loose. And I ask the client to do this gesture, like closing the mouth, so I can get the upper lip part very well between the lips and the nose. And I'm gonna do the same thing in the other side. I'm gonna start cleaning up that beard as natural as possible, doing a little bit on the front and taking it to the sideburn, doing that curve well, and using the corner of the trimmer. And the same thing with the other side of the mustache. I'm trying to put the hairs down so it gets all cut and straight. And I just clean up the lip, making sure those hairs are not touching the lip of my client so he can feel fresh and clean. And do the thing between the nose and the upper lip, helping it with the comb or the finger, whatever. And that's all for now. I'm gonna detail the fade using the point cutting technique with the scissors, only using the tip of the scissors in a vertical angle. I'm just trying to take all those shadows, all those dark spots that are kind of messing with the flow of the fade. I'm trying to take all those dark spots that had to be blended with the other parts of the head. That's what I'm trying to do, just break those shadows so it can look even, the fade doesn't look crooked. And I'm doing the point cutting technique in the parts where it's like the shaver, 0, half, and 1 transition, and the higher parts like in the 1.5 or on the top of the fade. I can help it with the comb, you're gonna see right now. But for now that I'm hitting the bottom parts, I'm just using point cutting because the comb cannot even get there, and the upper and the higher parts I can use the comb, as you can see. Now I'm gonna start cleaning up the lineup in the front with the razor. I'm gonna go against the grain and make sure you stretch well that skin so the blade can go through easily. And I'm keeping as natural as possible, using the guideline I did with the trimmers. As you can see, it looks natural. I don't want to push back my client's hairline. And now with the Kiss Express darkest brown spray paint, I'm gonna finish filling that hairline, making sure it pops, that contrast is there, and it looks more filled. And I do light sprays, making sure it pops like I want to. It's gonna help you make those pictures and videos better, and also the client is gonna feel super fresh that day. That paint is not permanent, so it's not gonna stay there really. Now I'm freehanding the shape of the beard. As you can see, I'm trying to take off all those hairs that are dancing, all those hairs that are messing with my client's face shape, all those loose hairs. I'm trying to take them away, going straight bottom, from up to bottom, using just freehand, just pulls. And be very careful with this technique. If it scares you or you're afraid to use it, try to lose that fear, because this is what's gonna help you level up with the beards and haircuts too. You can do freehand haircuts too. It's a very important technique to barbers, so lose that fear, start doing it. Don't worry, if something happens, hairs grow, so don't worry. But I'm just trying to do the shape as straight as I can up to bottom. And now in the bottom part and the real shape of the beard, I'm doing the same thing as I do with lineups. I do a little bit of tip on the middle, and I start going to the sides and fix it with that side. I want to do a pointy shape, so I'm making the illusion by making the sides on the cheeks shorter and keeping that jaw longer, the hairs on the jaw longer. So that's gonna create that pointy look. As you can see on the sides, I'm trying to take like almost an inch, 2 inches from the length, and keeping the sides of the cheeks short so he can feel fresh and clean, and longer on the jaw, on the where the goatee is, so it can create that pointy look. And it's the same thing freehanding with the clippers because they're stronger than the trimmers. Just making sure all the details are there, cutting and cutting and cutting, looking from different angles, from the side, from the front, from the bottom, looking it from up. You gotta look it from all the angles possible so you don't miss none a hair or there's no loose hairs. You gotta make sure all that is even. And that's all for now. You just gotta sculpt. You're sculpting the beard just like that. That's where you feel like a hair area, because you're just sculpting, giving that shape of the beard, just like if it was a bush or something. And now I'ma lay down my client a little bit so the neck part can be more visible and he's more comfortable. And I'ma do the same thing with the lineup in the front, with the trimmers now in the bottom part. I'ma hit a little bit in the middle, and I'ma go to the sides to fix the sides and making sure it's even. And I'm cleaning up that neck part, making sure it's even. I had to do a lot of touch-ups because his hair is long, so it's trying to hard to catch, and I can't do no tapering there because it's gonna look weird. So I gotta take off all those long hairs. I clean the hair with a hair duster, making sure the area is clean because I'm a shape. I apply some shaving gel before I put the hot towel because the shaving gel it's cold, so I don't want to put the hot towel, then cold stuff is gonna mess up with the flow of the hot ritual. So I put the shaving gel first, then the hot towel so it can melt with it, and I make sure he's relaxed and everything. That's why I put the Vibe FX, they release, so I can get a little bit plus an extra little massage the shoulders, the face, so he can feel more relaxed. And now with the pencil, dark pencil, I'm gonna start filling in the spots where he doesn't have too much hair growth, those how you say light spots, as same as I did in the front lineup. And this is gonna help me a lot too with the line on the razor. It's gonna be easy to follow. And I'm gonna do the shaving first accordingly where the hair grows, in the direction hair grows. And as soon as I finish shaving with the grain and giving that shape, as you can see there, I'm using only the corner of the blade to get that curve, and I use my finger there to get that mustache part. And then I'm gonna go against the grain. Like I told you, I first do it with the grain, then against the grain. If you do it against the grain at first and the hairs are long, you're gonna get the client was irritated, or you're gonna pull the hairs. And I do the same thing in the neck part. The hairs were growing from bottom to up, so I first did with the grain, with the blade bottom to up, then I finish up by cleaning the neck against the grain. And I make sure everything is there, making sure all the detail is there, to check out if the lineup is straight, like even the two sides, both sides. I'm gonna do that till the end. I'm first gonna focus on shaving the both sides as I guided with the trimmers and the pencil, and I do the same thing in the other side. I start cleaning up with the grain, making sure that the shape of the lineup is there, very curved, very nice. Using the corners of the blade when I get to the sideburn part, that is the most curved part, and as you can see, it's already looking very satisfying. And I do against the grain after I do with the grain, the cheeks, cleaning all that facial hair that he has, finishing some detail, doing the same, the mustache. I help it with my other hand to put the skin down, stretching well the skin. And there the hair grows from bottom to up. As you can see, I do it first with the grain, and at the end I do it against the grain. Beards is very satisfying. If you are a barber and you like doing your job, this part is very satisfying to watch and do. So just having fun with that shape, that's all you need to get that detail And then I finish and I straight up the client, cleans it normally. And the hot towel kind of messes up a little bit with the dancing hairs and everything, but it's very little, it's not too much, so I just finished doing those details. So when I show him the mirror, he looks as fresh as I was doing. And I just take all those hairs, that's all you need. This process took me like around 15 minutes. It's not too long. I think I did the haircut faster than the beard. With beards, you gotta take your time sculpting, shaping and shaping like with the freehand, but that's it. We have the before and the after. Look at those results, how clean it looks. The before and after, he really needed that beard shaping, as you can see. Boom, I love it, man. The results came out as I expected. Very nice work. Make sure you follow these steps so you can do as good. And comment what you think, if it was useful, in the comment section below. Give it a like and subscribe to see more videos. See you.